It's not a drone, it's not a car.
I haven't heard it yet. Oh,
Yeah, it's not telling us sometimes now when we record.
Alright. Alright, everybody welcome to the workshop.
Got anybody on Zoomy? Oh, Gus there?
Gus is on.
Hey, Gus.
Got somebody on the telephone. Not sure who.
Yeah, I'm not either.
Is that Jan?
You the
No,
Jan,
Dan's
right?
at the dentist.
The Jan,
Oh.
Dennis?
Yeah. He lost some molder last
No, no,
night.
Jan.
Oh, Jan.
Jan.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Alright.
All right, we have a quorum of 9 board members.
Very good, okay. Confirmation, proper notice.
No, they're posted according to statutory requirements of this particular meeting, yes.
We've got roll call already there.
Yeah,
Nine.
we've got, just for the record, since we're recording, Barbara Carey, Mark Howard, Steve Abbuel, Pam Flanagan, Tammy Abbuel.
Tammy.
Tammy Abbuel.
Oh my God.
Tammy,
What the hell?
I can hit you for that
Tammy Alborn.
Oh boy.
Miss
That's
Baker,
it. Low pressure.
Miss Finch, and Miss Heigl. And Zoom by Gus.
now. Yes. Okay. Comments, that'll be later. That ought to be an interesting one come Monday. Alright, review of the minutes from that, regular board of directors, financial matters. Anything you want to bring up in the workshop?
No stuff. We rolled over some CDs. Next ones we'll be
We're
dealing
making
with.
money.
We're making money. Next ones we'll be dealing with will be in December to wrap up the year. That's about it.
Report accounts receivable, you don't have all that. You know, the legal issues.
Only have one or two we'll talk about. Basically, owners that were paid in arrears felt that they could, felt that they could pay, you know, just what's owed, and each one of them, which is Ms. Woodrow and Mr. Anna, have attorney bills, interest due, and things of that nature, $1,500–1,600. So that's going to be a legal issue. I've sent them the documentation. The attorney sent them the documentation.
Very good. Second floor, we talked to,
Yeah, we're meeting with Lee probably, well, I was supposed to be, hopefully it'll be Monday before the meeting, so I'll have an update.
Okay.
It was supposed to be Thursday, but
yeah. Electrical repairs.
we've got another
120.
what is it? 138.
Yeah.
138 has got a new
Right.
ground wire, and 737 has a ground wire. Other than that, everything else has been fixed.
Yeah. What about pickleball court status? Have you talked to them about getting
No,
one?
I got a little action going with them. We feel we should get our money back because this is not going to happen until maybe next May. They want to keep 50%, which is, in our opinion, ridiculous.
Yeah.
And so we're talking to them. We may have to turn to our attorney, but right now I'm trying to do it here without spending extra fees.
Yeah.
Unless you're really short of money.
Maybe we can leave $1,000 or something, but I don't want to leave anything now.
Alright, the 141 tree stumped.
Still stuck at 8,600. Hey, John. John West has joined us. Waiting for 2 more bids to come in. So the owner there is understanding of what we're trying to do, and he's been patient.
South Lake drainage issue.
Okay, we've gotten 2 bids to clear the pipes from the pickleball court lake south, and then ultimately from south from the catch basin that's blocked up. One was $22,000. The other one was $10,000. We're meeting Monday with the contractor for $10,000 to assure ourselves that this is exactly what we want done. He's been on the property twice, but each time well after appointments when Steve was going to play pickleball or in the golf or something like that, and I haven't been here, so we're meeting with him at 11 o'clock on Monday.
I mean, has they done enough to diagnose this?
No, that's just
Well, we
it.
sent him maps, and he says he's seen it. We diagnosed it personally, which I guess I left out if you don't know. We excavated down and got into the catch basin itself. We found the pipes from the lake to the catch basin. At the catch basin, we can't find where it enters from the lake because it's solidly filled with silt. We have a 2-inch 4-speed hose, but it's too impacted. So, but we know exactly what it is. The good news is it's very doubtful there's any collapse in the pipe because they're ABS pipes.
And no dead
You still
bodies.
don't know.
Yeah, no dead bodies, and it's about a 12-inch pipe. And so
Fairly small.
we did that ourselves, so
Okay.
that helped a lot.
But that's just between the catch basin and the lake.
Right.
25, 30 yards.
Yeah,
We still got
200 yards.
200 yards going out that we don't know about. But
So that's something we're gonna have to do regularly, I assume.
Well,
To
it hasn't been
clean
done in 55 years, so maybe once every 55 years.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Well, let's all meet back here in 25 years and discuss it.
Well, I intend to be.
Alright, spectrum transition. I got an email yesterday from them saying that they're in the middle of the transition, so if you don't have a channel yet that you're supposed to, they're working on it. You didn't get that?
It's supposed to go to everybody. You probably get it today or tomorrow.
Okay.
I also got the same type of thing.
Okay.
I did check, the channels are there, at least on my TV.
Okay, good.
You can go to 200 and you'll see HBO for the next 12, I think the next 12 channels. Go to 220 and you'll see Cinemax for the next 12 channels. And they promised higher speed. I checked my speed yesterday and it was about the same. It was not higher. It was good. It was 250.
Yeah, they said.
But it's been 250 for me for a while.
Okay.
So I wasn't higher.
It was in a text.
Probably just communication, and you might want to put that, because you said you're going to send an email out, because the 200 and the 220 have been right along. People probably just don't know where to look for it.
Well, before when you went to those, it said you had to subscribe.
Yeah.
So now they're available.
Yeah.
Okay. I stop at
Yeah,
11:55.
mine's available from 201 to 222, all right in a row.
Yeah, I got the message yesterday at 2 o'clock from them about
In
the
a
package
text?
and transitioning.
You mean in a text, you thought?
Yeah, it was in a text.
The president gets things that we don't get.
Oh, yeah.
Well, he does get paid to take calls.
And for any of you that missed the video of the meeting a week ago, it's on the website.
Oh,
Look in the announcements area, look under Spectrum, and there's a video there of that meeting that was recorded.
And so if we paid for our DVR box service, we should be, because I paid it up until October 16th. So should we get a refund on that half a month?
They said that there will be no, that's November 1.
The billing, I think, is November 1.
Yeah. In other words, everybody's bill will remain the same through October because the contract really goes into effect. All the changes are supposed to be November 1, but we got the benefit. Of the rate not increasing in January by going in October. So October is really a transition month.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So, so I still have to pay for HBO for October.
You probably will, yes. But if you are paying for a DVD,
A DVR as well.
or whatever, I mean, they said all the accounting changes will happen in November.
Okay, but so is it effective October 1st or November 1st?
November 1st.
That's not what I heard when I was here the other day.
Well, we're here with it. It's on and you're watching it, but the changes aren't.
I asked him I asked him very specifically if he's billing in arrears. And he said it is, and we'll make our adjustments in November, and if your October billing was too much, it'll be adjusted. That's what he said.
Yeah, you're right, I've misspoken.
But they don't bill in arrears, they bill ahead.
Yeah,
That's
they
not
don't.
what he said.
That's not what, I asked him that very
Yeah, but
specifically.
that's why he said there'd be a refund if it was,
They don't, I know he said that, but we get the bill on the first day of the month, so there's no arrearage.
right.
Well, he said the November bill was for October. That's what he told me.
Yeah.
I asked him very specifically, then he doesn't know what he's doing.
Maybe not, but no, you are correct in
What
saying
else
what
is
you
there?
said.
It's true.
Alright. Somebody watch the video and find out. what it said.
We got communications on.
Yeah, communications.
All right, communications and finding issues are probably going to be one and, or close to one and the same. We have an issue with at least two homeowners flying political flags, which some owners find extremely offensive. Some don't seem to matter, but that's neither here nor there. We have and I met personally with, I came in Saturday when the flags were flying, and I met with the gentleman in 522 who agreed to take his flag down if all the other flags in the community came down. I took it as meaning the political flags. I went to the other one at 532 who was flying a flag. They either chose not to come to the door or they weren't home. I took the flag down, rolled it up, and put it in their courtyard. It was back up within a half an hour. Subsequent, the owner from 522 came in yesterday saying that I was not a man of my word, that all flags did not come down, and I told him that I'd taken that one down, and he said, no, if I can't fly my Trump flag, nobody can fly an Ohio State flag, a welcome Easter flag, anything else. And he says that Trump flag's going back up unless they get the other 12. And I went around Saturday afternoon and it did count 12 flags. 3 of them were football teams that came down, I'm sure, that night. And a couple of them were Easter and October or Halloween type flags. So I guess after the storm, to keep the one person happy in the community, everybody's going to lose their right to fly something.
Anything besides America.
The law
Well,
is
I thought we were only supposed to flag
Right,
the
we
American
have
flag.
that's
Right.
the rule.
That's the rule.
That's the rule.
Well, then let's keep to
Then he has
that.
to be put on notice, if you keep doing it, he's gonna get fined.
Right.
Oh, he's got to
Right.
know. That's why communication and finding issues are the same. He has been told they both received letters that would be fined $100 per day if it flies. Right now, I'm going to propose to the board that 532 get fined for 3 days, $300. That'll be at the meeting on Saturday, or Monday. The excuse me, the other gentleman did take it down and has been down. So question was, I had to send him it was up after he received the letter, so that's going to be a little debate about that.
Maybe he can't read.
Yeah.
Well, he signed the covenant, and as far as,
I know.
but
Yeah, but then he's gonna say everybody else
I'm
should be
sorry.
fined too.
Okay, to say that.
and then we go through the notice, and everybody else does get fined.
I had to prepare.
Yeah,
No, if
we
it-
read the
if-
bylaws and it's
It's the
literally
American
flag
flag,
and
yeah.
certain military
Certain military
Right.
on
flags.
certain holidays.
Right,
And that's fine.
and that's our
That's
rules
fine.
and regulations.
I have no problem with that.
So the Redskin flag comes down.
I'll just pull out
Well,
my
that's behind
Heil
my
Hitler
fence.
Oh, that's
flag and
behind your
flag.
That's not visible unless you get inside my courtyard.
And then
Are we talking just the ones on flagpoles?
Yeah.
Or,
No.
okay.
Outside
I mean, the
of your
little stick in the
courtyards.
ground, I have like, welcome to the beach.
I'm so
Does that
sorry.
have to come
Put
on?
it inside of your,
Put it inside, yeah.
Inside the fence?
Yeah.
Okay. It's just
and not to protrude above the fence.
Okay, take it down.
It's just, it's a shame that one person, because
Ruins it for all.
it just ruins it for all, yeah.
Crazy.
I mean, all the other signs are in fun, your football team, your college, whatever. Hey,
It makes
I'm
your
protecting
house
my
a
First
home.
Amendment rights.
Pound your chest.
Hallelujah. Okay, finding issues again. Alright, presentation, proposed budget.
Okay, in the packet you have now is the budget. I wanted to get it to you a little bit earlier than with the manager's report over the weekend. I guess Tom was out of town.
No, he's back today.
He was gonna come, so he's not back yet. Okay. Anyway, let me do a little budget committee duties, or Barbara, if you want to present it or whatever. Or John, you're there, Marv.
I would change the order of the paperwork.
We did?
I would change the order of the paperwork.
Oh, you, well, when, is it not in proper order?
I mean, this is the main page, right? This is what the fees are going to change by.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, I'll listen, take suggestions for that. I think just as an overview, the budget committee met several times and had very good discussions. Each chairman of the various committees submitted budgets, and to them, and the committee used those along with my input for administration and utilities. We discussed two issues of funding reserves. And the main factor in the reserve situation is that we are now beginning to collect for the total roof replacement in 14 years. That impacts tremendously the reserve contributions. And there was a proposal to bring it up 5%, bring up the reserve contribution 5% for the next 10, 12 years, or a proposal to bring it up somewhat now and keep it level for a period of time. And this is where it gets complicated, because we wouldn't particularly, the reserve calculation for full funding this year happens to be $1,077,942. The board is proposing, or the committee is proposing to the board, and the board, of course, is up to them to take it or not, is proposing the owners contribute $650,000 with a $50,000 contribution from earnings of documents of CDs. And so therefore, we would not be full funding the $1,077,942. We would be funding from the owners of these $650,000, which is therefore the owners have to vote, because you will first time theoretically not be proposing a fully funded reserve budget, but an adequately funded reserve budget. There will be a cover letter that we're working on, Barbara and I, right now, to try to explain this, and she's going to come up with a graph that hopefully will help. And therefore, the owners, at least in the letter that I proposed, will be told that the board strongly recommends the adequate funding versus full funding, which would be a decrease of about $190 a quarter contribution. We'll see it later. So
I mean, it's like your Florida Power and Light bill. It fluctuates every month, right? But some people decide to go on budget level billing. So that's all we're doing here, is we're managing what we need for when we need it, 14 years or whatever.
That would be an excellent way to explain it in whatever
Yeah.
letter we
Cover letter,
because people understand that concept.
Yeah, I agree.
But-
you'll probably make some changes.
I'm
with
going to
the-
try and do a graph that will kind of show that.
Okay, a lot of people can't read a graph.
Okay, let me explain just the way, yes.
Yeah, I think if you say, okay, you know how you go on a budget bill, especially if they were up north for gas or electric.
Yeah.
And, yeah, so
See, and the $1,077,000 is deceiving, because we don't need $1,077,000 every year for 14 years.
No.
It's high because we're doing a roof membrane first, and then we're doing building painting, so a lot of things come in the next year. And then after that, it will drop down, but then it may go up for other things, so. A
Well-
graph will be more self-explanatory.
if they can read a
and
graph.
With the Florida Power and Light explanation.
I don't think they teach that in school anymore, how to read a graph.
The biggest thing that has to be remembered is that it's very important for the owners to vote, because the statute says if you do not vote to less than fully fund, you must fully fund, okay? So in the letter, we've written it pretty strong,
Which
saying
is,
it's
what,
gonna pay you back.
$75 increase or
Yeah.
something?
Do we have in these numbers what their quarterly fees would be if we fully funded?
The cover letter has it. cover letter has it, and we're working on that, okay?
Yeah, 190 less every
$190
quarter.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
everybody's
yeah.
going to vote for it.
Yeah.
Somewhere in
That's
the
all you
last
need to put in there.
paragraph.
Yeah, I know.
Barbara, that's-
You wanna fully fund your
Yeah.
budget, you know.
But that's just a work in progress.
As long as they understand it, and then really, we are fully funding, it's just
I know.
an average out.
So it would add an average of $195 to
Yeah.
quarterly
Yeah,
fees.
If we fully fund it.
If we-
Yeah, no,
So they better vote,
Yeah.
well, unless maybe some people want to fully fund, it, you don't know.
Let me
But
get
there's no
this
need to when we have a
Straight,
budget.
we're going to be voting as the board Monday to accept the budget
For mailing to the owner.
for mailing, and that's when the
Yeah.
letter will go out.
Yeah,
Okay,
okay,
good,
yeah.
okay.
As far as the rest of the operating budget, we negotiated price with the cable company has allowed a decrease. With the decrease in the cable and the decrease in the amount of insurance, even though we've covered, our insurance agent says 5%, well, we know that may be out the window with the storms that are coming. We've got about a 15% increase in there, which hopefully will adequately cover it. So there's a reduction in the insurance rates, there's a reduction in the cable TV rates, but there's an increase in reserves. Bottom line is the proposed owner's contribution will be the same as the reduced monies from last year. So everything will remain the same.
Now, we send this out to the owners. Will there be a voting sheet in there?
Yes,
to vote
there'll be a
over?
proxy.
So that's what we need to make sure that they send in after they
Yes,
receive.
return, yeah. Send,
So basically,
That's-
as I say, the fee, whatever you paid the third and fourth quarter this year, you'll be paying next year. And the benefits are a lower insurance rate, a lower cable rate, increased reserves. In the bottom line, real quick, overview.
Excellent.
And all the documentation that you see attached, verifies the numbers we just talked about.
200 plus would be kind of nice.
When do they have to have voted? What's the voting?
Oh, the voting will
Big
be at the
hearing, right?
November meeting. That's why we're
Yes.
holding earlier meetings, so we get the mailing out and then start yelling for returns.
Voting from us or from the homeowner?
The
Homeowners,
Okay.
which is
So
you.
basically, your November meeting will be a combined board and
Good.
owners meeting.
I'm getting all kinds of people asking me these questions. When are we voting and how soon do I have to have it?
Yeah, well, we gotta get it out. for-
And then we ought to have, I presume that when we do the vote, we're gonna have a couple avenues like we did with the insurance thing. People can maybe do it
Carry it
online and
around,
send
yeah.
it in and things like that.
Oh, yeah, oh, yeah, oh, yeah, yeah. We can add that to it. You're welcome to email or, I don't have that in there, but it might be something, Barbara, we want to include to let people know they can email or they can scan
Picture,
an email.
text.
Yeah,
The
Even
proxy,
text.
We'll talk about it.
I think Gus should have to drive it down.
Gus will probably be here, right? When you coming in, Gus?
He's muted. You're muted.
Yeah, something's going on with your volume or your sound, Gus.
He's not muted now. Now he's muted.
yeah. Okay, now try.
Turn your volume up.
Turn your volume up.
Don't blow us out of here, please.
Well, we just take the closed caption.
Type it in the chat. If you got something to say, type it in the chat.
Well, anyway.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Alright, anything else there? Operating, we got all,
Can I ask a question about the email you all got from Julie Anderson? I mean,
Yes.
are we doing special compensation,
Yeah, you just
whatever
gotta
it
get
is?
a permit.
Because, yeah,
Oh,
right.
yeah, that's good, yeah, I was
In
gonna
light
bring
of
that, yeah.
Anne Marie Island
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, right now, we've got
Dispensation.
we're gonna hold off on any enforcement of people who are visiting here because of storm issues.
Agreed, okay. But she
Could
was,
you add-
she was educated on the fact that she's reading the wrong law.
Both Steve,
Yes.
both Steve and
yeah,
I
okay.
sent her emails.
Oh, excellent, I was gonna say, can you send it, send it out to the whole mass, because right now,
We texted back and forth after that.
Okay.
it looks
Told
like
her, I
she
said,
says, well, this is a law.
For that
and
night,
we
I
should-"
said, take your car up to the shopping center.
I texted my daughter thinking it was the same Julie, I got in trouble.
We probably have had 15 or 20 calls on that issue.
What is the issue?
The issue is
Trucks.
Governor DeSantis has allowed pickup trucks to be parked in HOAs, and people are taking it as condominiums. So homeowners associations, they can't prohibit it,
That's what I
but
told her.
condominiums still can,
And co-ops.
and co-ops.
Do you have co-ops here?
Co-ops, sure, I used to
Do you
manage.
have some?
On the
Yeah.
beach, there's a lot of co-ops. I used to manage them.
Quite a few mobile home parks and co-ops.
Who lives on the
Somebody-
beach right now?
Many of them.
There's not many left though.
Yeah, I know.
That this
Not funny,
particular
though.
place on the beach that I managed, it's so old, there are still outdoor facilities.
Toilets
Oh my God.
and showers.
They keep them as a monument, but they're original outdoor
Yeah.
facilities.
The outhouse.
Yeah,
At least we got a place to go.
yeah, that's right.
I know.
They might not be in a storm though. It's like it's right on the beach.
They may be disappearing with the storm
Mhm.
if they're outside.
If you're in a mobile home
Shit else
now,
going down the ocean.
it's a mandatory evacuation,
I know,
anywhere.
I know. We are in D, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we call it D&E.
D&E.
I put that out last night, that
Did
we're
you?
in D.
Okay, okay.
But when you talked earlier, or years ago about being in zone X, what does that mean?
They've had changes.
Oh, okay, so
The
it's
Army
changed.
Corps and Engineers change the map about every 10 years.
Okay.
I didn't realize that it
Yeah.
Probably
changed.
based on history, low-lying areas.
Well, the evacuation zones are different than the flood zones.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're not the same.
yeah. And we are
And
not
we're-
neither.
We should be in the H zone
We're
high.
not in either.
Oh, as far as flood zones?
Or
Right.
evacuation, yeah.
Well, you know, just because we're the highest point in town doesn't mean there's not gonna be flooding, because we know there's gonna be flooding. We know that the water doesn't run away everywhere. We've got pumps, and as long as the pumps function, it'll be okay.
No
But when
electricity.
if the electricity
If
goes
the
out,
power
we're
goes
gonna
out,
flood
yeah.
just like everybody else.
But
Yeah.
they don't have backup they don't have generators to support those pumps?
All 14 pumps?
Electricity.
We got one. Where we're having the worst trouble now is coming in B cluster, and we have a generator to work that. That's where the biggest flood has been lately. Okay, but no, I mean, I wish we could, but we don't. You know, it's like, I used to go to New Orleans all the time, and they just raved about their pumping system and how everything worked. And all they did was get Katrina, and that was the end of their whole,
But they're below sea level. I mean, what the heck?
I know, all the bodies floated
I
up.
know.
All right, enough of that.
Didn't find Hoffa though.
That's because he's in there. He's somewhere in Detroit. Trust me, he's somewhere in Detroit.
Anything else on budget?
No.
All right, Manager's
Somewhere in
report.
the hood.
Committee report, director's comments.
John?
Anybody have any comments?
Yes, please.
Okay, let's get out to the storm. What are we gonna do about this? Do we have any plans specifically in regards to us as a board, the clusters, finding out who's going to be here? Are we gonna have worker bees coming around at any time? I'm getting a lot of people calling who are still there. We've got tons of them.
Check the operation manual, Don.
We've done that already,
Well,
John.
that would be a good idea, wouldn't it?
It's all in, it's all in there.
Oh, yeah.
Is it?
We have been around, we've had the guys going to knocking on doors, anything on their front courtyards, reminding them,
Yeah,
everybody.
please.
And I've done it too.
That's
Hang on,
yeah.
and
And check,
we're
be
working on it.
a good neighbor,
It
check
is
those
a
that
good
are
Out today.
I
Now,
know.
I don't think we aren't doing everything we
Well,
are. I just wanna make sure I am, but I have
Excuse
checked my areas just as you did. And I'm getting a list of who's staying too, because I can just see issues with
Yeah,
some
I
of
took my
the single
missiles
ladies
down.
and gentlemen that are
Yeah,
Well,
I know
yeah.
who's in my cluster and who needs to.
We have an 18-point checklist, which I thought I had with me, I could read off, but
Excellent. Let's go to our-
somehow it's not here.
Is
in the
one- is that
operation-
one
But
of
it's
the
in the
links?
operations manual.
Is that one of the links you put in your, oh no, you're talking about a checklist that you guys do?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And as Steve said, yesterday we had a meeting, the boys each took a cluster and went around and knocked on doors. The biggest issue we found was that in 445, they had a full complement of furniture in their courtyard. So I called them from Washington DC, and they were very happy. They found somebody to go put it away. So, you know, we're trying to remove anything and everything that we know of in every area. They're out again today getting loose debris and trash. Jackie, the pools are closed, so Jackie and Jim are on the roofs looking at gutters and debris on the roof. We're doing, the only person that I knew that didn't have a helper was Colin Smith's wife. Of course, Colin passed away, and I called her, and she hasn't answered or returned my call, which leads me to believe she's evacuated. Everybody else either has caretakers or
Good neighbors.
good
You're
neighbors, yeah.
way out in front of a lot of.
And by the way, here's just kind of the things that we do. I'll run through it. Stack and strap pool furniture and lock gates, been done. Flip tables with cardboard underneath. Remove and store the pool umbrellas, been done. Bundle the pool lids, bungee the pool lids, that's been done. Secure all loose lumber in the back, we've done that. Pull shop trash cans inside. Turn off reclaimed water, turn off pool irrigation clocks and all irrigation clocks. Check generator and propane tanks. We have 9 full propane tanks for the generator. Full tennis court, trash cans, pickleball nets, flip benches, lock gates. We took down any remaining screens there. Zip tied dumpster pins. Today we'll do that because those gates will flap like crazy. Take down flag. Pull top 2 weir boards out, which we've done to allow for quicker evacuation of water from the lakes. Sharpen all chainsaw blades. Check property for down branches and trash, which they're doing. Check all sump pumps, which has been done. Pull the tennis court fountain, water fountain, because it could possibly blow away, and remove tennis court nets. So that's what we
Don't
do.
forget to put that.
I got a question about the, in the big dumpster bin, anything like in danger of flying out of it?
Well, those doors will close before we leave.
Oh, you
Hopefully.
close the tops?
What?
No, you're talking about the
Oh, yes, this one over here.
Yeah, the
We have no
recycle.
way to close that. No, that's.
We don't
Yeah,
have,
mostly big stuff
Recyclables,
in
yes,
there.
how about big tarps no big tarps to go
No
over
big
it?
tarp. Now, see what happens when those trucks come, they actually have the tarp on the truck,
Okay,
and it goes back over. So,
okay.
no, we do
I
not have
think
anything.
most of that stuff in there is big and heavy,
Where I know people.
Listen, I know.
down inside
I
too.
know.
I've been turning off the water too.
Yes, many people, but we've gotten calls too. We've gotten calls, I forgot to turn my water off, so we've done that. And, you know, we'll be here probably through today, but as things deteriorate through the evening and the morning, I don't know how much we'll be here, but we're 100% together. Jim Munson and I'm gonna see if you want to do this or not. Set up Zello, Z-E-L-L-O, where we can talk without if telephone lines or cell phones are down. So there'll be communication for this.
What is that? Is that an app?
It's like a walkie-talkie.
Yeah, it's a walkie-talkie app.
But you don't have to.
I had it on, but when I got a new
Yeah.
phone, they knocked it off, but I got it on again last night, but I haven't figured out how to add people
And
to
I
it.
just read, I get an email about iPhone stuff.
Yeah.
If you have iOS, if you have a 14 Pro or higher with iOS 18, there's something about if you're outside, you can get satellite connection
Without having power.
without having power.
Without going
Well,
through
could you
the
use the
towers.
satellite?
Yeah, well, you got WhatsApp too, that's another app that you can make
WhatsApp,
worldwide
is the
phone
WhatsApp
calls.
okay?
WhatsApp should
Okay.
say
Is it right?
it's-
And I have an old-fashioned landline, if anybody needs to
Yeah.
reach somebody.
I have to
I
have
do-
one.
I do too. if
A
it
real
were-
old-fashioned
Yeah.
landline,
Yeah.
I never got
I
rid
do
of.
too.
But don't tell me you have one
But
of
it
these.
won't ring if you don't have power.
No, I have the old princess phone.
Oh, okay.
Oh, aren't you a Barbie doll, little girl,
still need
little Barbie doll over
I
there?
have one of those, hello operator? My grandmother had that.
if the power goes off, who turns the generator on?
It's
Automatic.
automatic.
It's automatic.
We've been running
It's
it,
automatic.
checking it, it's automatic.
So, can we send out an email that says that if the power goes off and you need to have something refrigerated or something like that, you can come to the office?
I would think.
Well, not until, I mean, I don't wanna
Until they
have somebody
come
come
back,
and
Yeah,
handle it.
yeah,
That's gonna be, yeah, we'll have refrigeration here for sure, because we have at least 3 refrigerators. But I don't know if they wanna try to bring it in
during
the
the
middle of the
storm.
storm, that,
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
interesting.
well,
Over
it would
today.
almost have to be after the
Friday,
Yeah.
storm
Yeah.
but,
leaves.
yeah,
Right.
Friday, but we can do it, sure.
Yeah,
Is that the
okay.
purpose of the generator? What's the purpose of the generator?
The
Just-
purpose of the generator was
have
to hear,
power.
so the board could come and sleep at night.
I was gonna say, it's just to power this office, right?
Steve,
big
not
barbecue.
bring your
That's
pajamas.
right.
That's not a sleepover.
It is for
Yeah.
people that
Barb.
have breathing problems.
That is in the operation manual under disaster.
To power the office.
And the use of for medications and
I was
special
gonna say
needs.
only medication, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why there's an operations
I
manual.
don't know if a lot of people
For all
know that.
steaks, we'll have a big barbecue.
I have a big corned beef.
I did it
I
early,
cooked
right
up all
after
my bacon
early.
already.
I did too,
Yeah.
We had
I had a whole
grilling
cluster
party, yeah.
cookout
Anything that was in
out
my
in the front
freezer.
cluster. Yeah.
Well, hopefully the weather stays cooler,
do,
like
we
it
do.
is right
We
now.
got plans for another one, Steve.
No?
It's supposed to be, Saturday and Sunday is supposed to be absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, I know.
All
Sunny,
of
sunny.
you-
Let's
all
try
of
it.
everything's
You
out
know
there,
what,
you
it's
know.
always
That's
the,
the nice thing
Yeah.
about a big storm. Well, not the nice thing, but
yeah,
it's always nice right after.
yeah.
Hey, I've lived here in Florida off and on, about, other than 3 years, since 1951, and I've never seen anything like this coming.
Yeah,
Well, if we
That's the scary
lose
part.
power, are we still gonna have a board meeting Monday? If we still don't have power?
Let's,
so hey, don't even project that.
most likely, yes.
Most
Bulletin
likely,
board
yes.
Could be catastrophic.
We could,
Yeah.
all yeah, we could
I mean,
all,
most likely, yes, cancel it.
if we
No,
don't,
most likely we'll have it.
Here.
yeah,
Yeah.
but if we
We ever
if we
realized
have to
that
delay
it's
it,
the
we can,
people.
well, only 48 hours.
Yeah,
Because, you know, the main thing is we want to get the
Budget
I'm
stuff.
not
budget
even thinking about
accepted
that.
for mailing,
yeah.
you know.
Because it's already been in before we can.
Monica,
Okay, I appreciated those guys coming around yesterday to tell us to, batten down our hatches. However, I have a 92-year-old neighbor who has a fallen tree right now in his backyard.
A fallen tree?
Yes, his personal tree in his backyard came down during Helen,
Oh, yeah, in the courtyard,
in the courtyard.
okay.
But, he's barely able to get around. I think when they see somebody like that, they may say, can we go in your backyard and see what we can tighten down for you?
Do we know it's down? I've gone back there and didn't notice, even
Oh,
notice it's
he
down.
called, I called.
Here at the office?
Yeah. The day after, because I pulled a couple of trees off of out of my neighbor's front yard the morning after.
I never saw a work order, but that could be our problem.
It's for 414.
All right,
Don't
we'll go
call,
look at
put
it.
in a ticket on the
Well,
website.
she said they did, but I never saw it. But we'll do
When
it.
I called
okay.
here, they said he had already called that his tree came down
Well,
in the back.
let's just say that most of our employees are good.
Well, you know
It's
You know
what?
what I mean? Because
It's better to go on the website and put in a ticket that way.
Yeah, but,
It-
Amen.
like, yeah,
but he may not use
absolutely,
the
yeah.
website, you know.
That's what.
he doesn't even, he doesn't have a computer.
All right, I
No,
will.
but you were helping him anyway, so you could have done it for him.
Okay, we'll look at it.
Well, I
look at it.
called.
Monica will look at it, because
Okay.
if we can do something today, that'll help.
Okay,
I mean, I've done it for my neighbors.
yeah, so, no.
Theoretically, it is
I
a
would have thought you would
responsibility of
go
the
over
owner.
and take care of it.
Getting on the phone, that's up to office.
Can you read between the lines? You know what, I took my 10-foot umbrella down myself yesterday. I'm lucky I didn't
But, you know,
fall with it.
we
It's
want
a
to help
heavy.
anybody where we can, but theoretically, it is his responsibility. It's inside
I know
his
that,
budget.
I know that.
We've taken umbrellas off of roofs.
Oh,
I
mine,
remember that.
a few years, mine used to go up on the roof. So I finally decided to just not open it up anymore, take it down.
We'll check 414 for sure.
Okay.
Now, the manager's report that normally comes out on Friday, depending on the weather, will or will not come out, or maybe you'll just get it in the form of the meeting when you come to the meeting on Monday. But you're really getting the gist of it, right? Not the gist of it, but the majority of it in this budget for review. We didn't say one thing also, that the hourly employees, there is an increase in the hourly employee rates for all the employees, so that's in the budget.
So, in light of the storm, the newsletter is gonna be delayed, letting people finish their articles. So at this point, we could, if you've taken pictures of the storm and whatnot, we can also include that as part of the newsletter, alright? So,
You'll be out with your camera?
okay,
In your boots,
my boots.
In your boots.
Yeah.
bring your
I think
electric saw.
during Irma, I think I was down here
We
at the
were
office.
doing
Was
the-
that Irma?
the-
That was,
No, what was the last one?
not Debbie.
No, it was
I wasn't
Irma.
out.
The one before Debbie,
When
yeah.
the
Before
tree
that.
fell, when the
Ian.
tree fell.
Ian.
Yeah, that was
you were
Ian.
out,
I was gone, I left the day Ian hit.
Those were some good pictures.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
that
was when the
was
tree
really-
was
and
down
they were
right
out
here
in
at
the
the
tree was
office.
down.
Well, if anybody takes
Danny
pictures,
was-
send them to me.
I do, I usually do, I send them to Chris.
I'm sure I'll be out taking.
You
No,
need-
I go outside with my camera and the sound on. I tie myself to my door. No, I'm kidding.
Hang on, guys.
Do you need anything from us? Can we help you in any way?
Yeah.
Is there anything you want us to be available for, or come answer a telephone, or I don't know what?
No, thank you, but no, we're just to be available if necessary is probably the best. I have everybody's numbers.
Yeah, please.
You know,
Yeah.
we may want to call you to advise you that don't go down Washington Boulevard or something. I mean, you know, we just try to keep everything as
Now, if-
communicative as possible.
Reporting, like, so as the storm's happening and like, I don't know, we're seeing trees fall, whatever, report it to who?
Me?
So
I'll
text
be in
you,
touch with the
oh,
boys.
you don't text,
But
email
You
you?
can
Yeah,
text.
text.
Why not?
Oh, what number would we text?
My cell phone, I'll give it to everybody, 941
Okay,
Everybody get their pen.
518
okay,
5778.
great.
Yeah, you should.
941 518
I have it.
5778.
Write that on there, please.
Thank you, John.
And
Now, I'll be calling you from Connecticut, but, no, I'll be here.
who will be on call, Jeff?
Jeff is,
Thank you.
yeah.
Can you
Jeff-
read it?
Yeah,
Jeff, well, we're all on call for real. But I mean, if a tree comes down, no matter where, it's very doubtful we're gonna get to you
Oh,
while the
absolutely.
storm rages.
Oh,
Extremely
I
doubtful.
wouldn't even think of it, but.
One
And
of
as
the
soon as
things
they can
that
get
we're
in,
seeing
they'll all
happen
be
now
in
is the
with us.
carport ceilings coming down.
Yeah, that's gonna be an issue.
So, I don't know that we have anything quite in the budget
Well,
reserved.
once we've repaired, we've put additional anchors down. I mean, the problem is they're gonna have to be, it may have to be the next
So it's
priority.
just a matter of
Yeah.
stapling.
We had
and
3
whatever.
cars had insurance claims on Debbie.
Right, so,
Debbie or Helen?
Helene,
Helene.
I'm sorry, yeah, thank you.
Elaine?
Helene, whatever.
Yeah.
They all look
No,
alike.
Helen's your wife.
That's true.
Don't get them confused,
That's
because
true.
she might be.
Yeah, you might
I
be
better
staying
not
at the
confuse Helene with Helen, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, I have another question. The large dogs, pit bulls, sweeter than can be, I don't mind. But what are we doing? Do they have special privileges to have them?
The only things you might see now are, number one, people with registered dogs. How people get therapy dogs for pit bulls, I don't know, but they do. Or a visitor because of a displacement. You might have a vehicle such as a truck. You might have an oversized dog. I know that there's a couple owners that have contacted me that say that we should not allow any trucks no matter what reason.
That's correct, that's too
But I
bad.
mean, I think there's certain mercy in our hearts to help people that need help, especially relatives of owners.
Some people have not, do not have any compassion, so. But what about dogs that you didn't think were going to get that big and all of a sudden they're big dogs? Because we have a relatively new
Happens to us all,
resident.
doesn't it?
Well, that's gotta go.
It's the well, it's a street
But
dog.
But it's the
being
breed,
as a-
you know, I've always taken, you know, Steve and I are both Homo sapiens, but we're a little different weight, right? So if a dog averages 20 pounds and they got a 35-pounder, you know, that's, where do you go?
You know,
By
the only
the
thing that bothers
ounce.
me about it is that their
Yeah.
disposed of waste is bigger than,
No,
and then they leave it.
Well,
That's what
well,
bothers me.
that's, if there's anybody doing that.
If you find
we need to
that,
know.
then we need to know
Yeah.
who it is, exactly who it is, and we'll go from there.
I think it's the behavior of the animal is number one. I think that's important.
Well, we've got some issues, there's no doubt about it.
I understand. Okay.
Anybody else got anything? Oh, Gus, did you have something?
I'm not sure we can hear him.
No? Okay.
he, sign language, told me.
Nothing that we need to be doing today for you
Or tomorrow.
and tomorrow.
You
I
can
have to
look
go
around
get
your
some
cluster
wine.
and walk around and see anybody in your cluster who's got anything left out.
I have to get my hurricane.
See anything,
suit.
call the office.
Right?
We'll be as responsive as we
Knock on the
can.
door and say something.
Yep.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
we've literally been inundated with calls that were just about caught up. So,
I think we're caught up on my side.
you know, and we,
Gus,
it's like,
I'm looking over the other one too.
we cleared 41 calls on Friday for gutters, okay?
Whoa.
20 of them needed it. Half of them were in anticipation of what's gonna happen. But we go out to every one we can.
I think a problem is gonna be is gutters are all cleared out now.
Yeah.
As soon as the wind
It
picks
ain't
up,
gonna take an hour,
Leaves
right?
and stuff.
Coming
Yeah.
down again.
they're gonna be clogged again and you're just gonna have to put up with your waterfall. Mine will be one, I guarantee you.
Yeah.
During Helene, the waterfall came down in between my hurricane shutter and my screen.
Really?
So I had to open the shutter to make sure it was coming, flowing
that's
out underneath the shutter. I never saw that before. So I did put in a ticket and they did come and clean it and Hank just checked it, so.
I got a ladder right next to it.
I got a ladder
So I
too.
go up there.
I want a ladder.
Yeah.
I want a ladder too.
I have, anybody needs to borrow one, I have a huge, I have a
I'll
huge
drive
car.
over.
Period.
I'll drive over.
You can carry it.
Yeah.
Anybody else got anything? Karen? Don't be quiet over there.
Are you sending out an email for people to kinda, put their stuff against the wall and stuff? Because
I think Chris already did
last
that.
time,
He did,
people parked underneath, directly across from me, there's like 4 big trees, and one 20-foot branch actually came down onto my neighbor's front door and overhang. I tried to pull it off, but
Oh,
I
my
realized I was pulling off the gutter, so I left it. But there were cars damaged because branches came down, they were huge. Don't park underneath, don't park underneath the trees. Go out
Most
in the
people are
open areas.
intelligent enough to realize that,
I
but
know.
there are some that, hey,
They want to protect the car.
Well, and it's a question whether you want to park in your carport.
well, yeah, but I think she's talking about people who don't have a car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, in advance, I wish everybody good luck.
Yeah,
Be safe.
absolutely.
Yes,
John, to you and your crew,
thank you.
thanks in
You-
advance.
stay
for all the hard
safe.
work you're
Everybody
about
had a
to go
great
through.
job. Great job.
Yeah,
Stay safe.
stay safe.
I'll be
Safe
here.
to everybody,
I'm not
too.
going anywhere.
Okay, well, I got your text, that's fine.
Hey, if anybody wants to run out late, don't bother, because it's taking people twice as long to go places. Somebody said that it's normally 7.5 hours or so to Atlanta, something like that. Took them 12.5 hours.
Already this morning on the traffic report, the I-75 and 95 are all red.
It took somebody, an hour and 18 minutes to get to Tampa?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
I'm
Oh, they opened them up.
Now, if you're surfers, you might like the fleet.
Can we borrow kayaks? Are kayaks so far? pay for rent.
It may be already floating. Yeah, just come over and grab one.